And then another issue that I'm having is also with white guilt. White guilt, I have a huge issue with white guilt, man, on a liberal side. And because you know what white guilt to me is? White guilt to me is low expectation racism. That's all it is. It's, you know, you see white people feeling all concerned for black people. Oh, you know, you guys, oh, you know, it's our fault. I'm so sorry. You guys can never be accomplished in this country because of what we did to you, and because, you know, oh my gosh, it's, you know, and that's, to me, it's sad. That's white, and that white guilt, that virtue signaling, that's an issue, a big issue in this country right now on the left, on the liberal side of things. A lot of my conservatives, white people on the conservative side of things, they don't look at me and feel, oh, so sorry for me, or I'm not capable of being accomplished or being successful. They don't look at me like that. They have respect for me as a fellow American citizen. And that's all I ask for as an American citizen, is mutual respect. I don't need you to cower down and take a knee down for me. I don't need you to, you know, to kiss my boots or nothing like that. I don't need nothing crazy like that. I don't need none of that nonsense. Just treat me like a fellow American. I'll do the same to you, and we can keep it moving. And that's what all I ask. And conservatives give me that. People on the left, they look down on me. They look at me as somebody who can't. Like look at how they talk about voter IDs when they talk about the black community. Look at white liberals when they talk about voter IDs in the black community. They talk about like it's impossible for blacks to have IDs and to be able to vote for themselves. Like, how's that even possible? How can blacks even, how can they accomplish that? Like,
I think voter ID laws are a way to perpetuate racism.
Would you go as far to say those laws are racist?
For sure.
Do you think it suppresses the African American vote?
Definitely.
Tell us how.
Because they're less likely to have state IDs.
Minority voters are less likely to have the kinds of IDs that have been described or required.
These type of people don't live in areas with easy access to DMVs or other places where they can get identification.
You can always get IDs you do over the internet. Does that also make it difficult for black people in particular?
Yeah, you have to have access to the internet. You have to be able to pay an internet service provider for certain fees.
Do you think that's harder for black people to go online?
Well, I feel like they don't have the knowledge of how it works.
A lot of people have smartphones, but you might not have data.
For most of the communities, they don't really know what is out there just because they're not aware, or they're not informed.
you know how racist that sounds when I hear white people talk about that? That's real racism right there. If you think a black person can't get an ID, you know how easy it is to get an ID, especially in New York City? All you really literally almost have to do is walk in a building. I came in and get a New York ID, state ID, when I just moved here 7 years ago. When I just moved here, I literally walked in the building, had all my mail with me, had like my past 3 bills, all this information, social security card, everything I need, a birth certificate. And they looked at me like I was crazy. They're like, bro, all you need is, you're Christopher Wright, like pretty much, right? And I'm like, yep. And they're like, okay, well, here's your ID. It was that easy. It wasn't a long, difficult process, a process that any adult black person can do by themselves. So to act like it's impossible for blacks to get voter IDs or are capable of doing it on their own, that's racism. That's low expectation racism. And that's where I see modern day racism in 2020 coming at me. It's not some KKK guy in Arkansas on the mountain somewhere with a white hoodie on. It's a little college grad, you know, white kid, Antifa with a mask on, with a black mask on, acting a fool, talking about I'm not capable to get an ID and vote. That's the racism I see in 2020. That's what's going on. It's on the left.
Everyone that I know has an ID. Why would they think we don't have ID?
That's a lie. Why would they say that?
Do you have ID?
Yes.
What people are they talking to? Who are these people talking to?
And I also heard a lot that black people, especially poor black people, have no access to the internet, can't figure out how to use the internet.
That's just stupidity, honestly. Everybody has access to the internet. Even a little kid can figure out how to work the internet.
Your phone has data? You can access the internet
Unlimited.
Unlimited data.
I use my phone as a hotspot.